Finally now we're going to put a chord, and we're going to harmonize the scale that we've just played. We're going to put a chord to each note. On the first note we'll play our G major chord. Now normally we would do these as 3-note chords and then 4-note, but there's no real good voicing for an A minor without having to move outside the window. So we'll play the first chord, G major. The second chord, we've played this one before, A minor 7th. Let me just give you the fingering again. Second finger, 5th fret on the 6th string. The third finger will bar strings 1, 2, 3 and 4, also on the 5th fret. Don't worry about the 5th string. Your second finger will automatically choke that out behind it. So there's a nice A minor 7th. On our third note of the scale, the B, we'll play our B minor 7th or B minor. There's a B minor or the minor 7th. Minor 7ths obtained simply by taking off the 4th finger. Our 4th note in the scale, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, is the C note. And we'll play a nice C major chord using the A form. Again, that's just first finger and bar strings 4, 3 and 2. Be careful not to play the top string. We want to choke that out. Your finger will automatically do that too. It curls up slightly at the end here. Okay, our next chord, built on the 5th note of the scale, would be a D major using the C shape. Again, can you spot some of these forms being used? This is D major using the C form. Next chord, or 6th chord, is an E minor. And you can see that that's just the same as your D minor that would be here. Moved up. And lastly, our F sharp diminished. Now let's have a look at this one. Again, this chord's not going to be used a great deal. You're going to use it as a 4-note chord, which I'll show you. But this is the basic diminished. 4th fret, 4th string, 3rd finger, 5th fret on the 3rd string, and the 4th finger, 5th fret on the 1st string. Just those 3 notes. Be careful not to play the 2nd string. Right, let's recap. I'll play those for you smoothly and then we'll look at 4-note chords. The 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 4 chord, your 5 chord, your 6 chord. Oops, there we are. And finally, your diminished and home. Now notice I was using the Roman numeral system again there. I was referring to each chord by number. The 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, etc. And through your scale workout and your interval studies, you're soon going to actually be able to spot where a 6th is, or a 4th, or a 5th, simply by visual, by looking at your scale. So when you go to build the chords, if I was playing a 1, 6, 2, 5, I can see the 1, 6, 2, 5. And your chords will go to these notes. And it's a great way when you're learning songs to be able to analyze them by number, so then you can transpose them into any key. Right, let's have a look at 4-note chords in our E form of G major. The 1 chord now will be the major 7th. Now the fingering for that, first finger, 3rd fret, 6th string, 3rd finger, 4th fret, 4th string, 4th finger, 4th fret, 3rd string, and tuck your 2nd finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string. The 5th string, as you notice, isn't played, but again, your first finger does you the favour of choking it out if you pull it slightly back. So don't worry about that. And there is a trick you can do here. If you want to pull back your first finger, just angle it back slightly, you'll be able to catch this F sharp note with the back of your first finger. That's a nice. Or simply just finish on the second string. Inside the window there's two shapes that we can use for our one chord, the G major 7th. We could use this one, it's very, very common and simple. 4th finger, 5th fret, 4th string, 3rd finger, 4th fret on the 3rd string, 2nd finger, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and your 1st finger back here, 2nd fret. And it's just, that's a nice voicing too. So again, both these voicings were relating to our E form. Okay, our 2 chord now, our A minor 7th, we've already done. Our B minor 7th, our 3 chord. Now we could make our 4 chord C major 7th. Fingering, 1st finger bar, 3rd fret, 3rd finger, 5th fret, 4th string, 2nd finger, 4th fret on the 3rd string, and finally your 4th finger, 5th fret on the 2nd string. There's a perfect C major 7th. Okay, the 5th chord, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After a while, as I say, you'll do this visually. 5, we're going to play D dominant 7th. 3rd finger, 5th fret, 5th string. 2nd finger on the 4th fret, 4th string. 4th finger, 5th fret on the 3rd string, and your 1st finger, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Try not to play the open E, and remember, only play from the root note, 5th string. That's our D 7th. Okay, our 6th chord, remember, you can spot a 6th interval now. It's going to be built from this note, or E minor 7th. 1st finger, 2nd fret, 4th string. 2nd finger, 3rd fret, 2nd. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 1st. And your 4th finger, 4th fret on the 3rd string. It's a nice E minor 7th. And finally, our half diminished, or referred to as a minor 7th, flattened 5th. Half diminished. 1st finger, 4th fret. Very, very similar to a diminished one that you've played, only you're going to simply bar your 3rd finger on the 5th fret on strings 1, 2, and 3. There we have it. F sharp minor 7, flat 5, or half diminished. Let me play these for you smoothly, just without talking, so that you can hear the scale. Listen closely and hear how each chord is built from each note. And you will hear a scale of chords then. The 1, now, if you notice again, we've already covered this, but I want to just reiterate it, that on each note of the scale, you notice that the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 6th chords were minor. 2, 3s, or 6. That'll help you remember where the minor chords were there. The 1, 4, and 5 were your major, and your odd chord was the 7th, the diminished or the half diminished. When the chords were extended to 4-note chords, you notice that the 1 chord became a major 7th, the 2 chord, or the 4 chord, sorry, became a major 7th, but the 5 chord became your dominant 7th. So there we have it. 2, 3s, or 6 will place the minors for you. 1, 4, and 5 your majors, and your odd chord the 7th. You could play games with this once you've done the complete workout. Just make up. I'm just going to play 4, 3, 2, 5, 1. 1, 6, 2, 5. 1, 4, 3, 2, 5. 1, 4, 3, 2, 5, 1. So with no technique whatsoever, everything sounded like it belonged together in a family. Now what we've just learned here is quite a lot, because if we relate everything to this form, the first form that we're doing out of the cage system, remember, we now have got one window out of 5 that we have a complete workout. And if we were to move it anywhere on the fretboard, we don't have to relearn any scale or interval pattern. We've related it totally to the E form. So to play 6 intervals, let's say, in the key of B flat is no more difficult. It's exactly the same as you've just learnt. All you simply do is move your form to B flat. You already then will know the pattern. You'll know the intervals, etc. Sixes, arpeggios, all the information that we covered in G will now give us, we have now learned every single major scale. There can only be 12 notes in music. We've learned all the major scales. We've learned them now with third intervals, sixth intervals, triad arpeggios, 4-note arpeggios, 2 sequences, and we've put a chord to each note. And in our whole career we've another 4 of these windows to learn, and eventually they will join up for you. So hopefully you will have a lot of fun with that, just on the first window.